Hi everyone, Joe Carrig here, Managing Broker of Coldwell Banker Real Estate in Danville, and welcome to This Week in Real Estate in the San Ramon Valley, the week of June 29th. I apologize for the backdrop. I'm up in Tahoe. I'm spending the 4th of July weekend with my grandkids and my son and daughter-in-law, and it's late and they're all up in bed, so I'm recording in my garage. So apologize for that, but we have a different backdrop this week. I hope all of you get a chance, like I'm going to have the opportunity to spend with my loved ones this 4th of July. Hopefully you can do the same and spend some quality time. I want to start off, one of the things we're going to do this week is we're going to look at, what's happened the last couple of weeks in real estate comparatively where we were a month ago. But first off, starting off, going into the 4th of July, I love this saying. It says, may we think of freedom not as a right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to do what is right. See, a lot of people feel freedom is that they can go out and do anything that they want. But no, that's not it. Freedom isn't doing about anything you want. It's doing what is right. And let's hope that we can come together as a country, because God knows that we're very divided as a country right now. And I'm hoping, maybe I'm optimistic, that maybe just the 4th of July will maybe just bring us together a little bit, maybe just baby steps to bring us back together as a country. So again, hopefully you get the opportunity also to spend quality time with your loved ones this 4th of July. So let's dive into and look at what we've got going. So San Ramon Valley, you can see it's a very active market. When I say active, when you have basically listings and pending sales, you can see the pending sales went down slightly last week, but the actives went back up slightly, but still it's a very active market. I tell you guys every week, you can drop me any place in the United States and just show me the actives and the pendings, and I'll tell you where the market's going. If there's a lot more active sales than there is pendings, I'm telling you the market's going down. If there's a lot more pendings than there are active properties, kind of where we were in February, then you're going to get multiple offers. It's a seller's market. We've seen a lot of great activity, and we've seen the pending sales just go up and up and up. And the active properties have stayed fairly consistent in San Ramon. So you really do see it's an active market. I'm going to say not so much because there's still a lot of inventory. I'm not going to say it's a seller's market nor a buyer's market. It's just a good time to be a buyer and a seller out in San Ramon. Let's look a month ago. So this is what we were looking at a month ago. And you can see, preceding a few weeks before that on 5/17 and 5/24, you can see how the pending sales were going up and up and up. And the active properties were staying pretty consistent. So you look at a month ago and you started just really 6 weeks ago, you started seeing this trend up to now you have where there's as many pending properties as active properties. So the market is definitely, when you go back, 6 weeks, it's definitely trending upward more from a buyer's market to a seller's market. So now let's look at Danville. So in Danville just went nuts this week. You basically have, 134 pendings compared to 117 last week. So that's 17 properties went pending. But no, it's not just 17, because you also had 18 properties sell and close. So that means there were 35 sales in Danville just in the week. And you see it reflected in the fact that, look at the active properties, how far it dropped down. So this is definitely trending in Danville. This is more like we were in February, where we're in a seller's market, and you're going to see the percentage of what homes are selling for. You're going to see it in Danville in a later slide, but it's definitely been trending as you go back, and now it's definitely gone more to a seller's market. The good part, there's still a fair amount of inventory for buyers to choose from, but the nicest listings are definitely getting multiple offers. Now let's look at a month to 6 weeks ago in the Danville market. And you can see, going back 6 weeks ago, the pennies were going up and up and up. Active properties were dropping just a little bit. And this is where I started telling you that it was kind of starting to shift to an even or a seller's market. Well, now in the last month, it's completely gone more to a seller's market. Danville has just kind of gone nuts the last week. So let's look at the Blackhawk. So you see Blackhawk. Now you see the pending sales are up a little bit, and the active properties have gone down a little bit. So Blackhawk is really trending well also. The funny thing is when you look at last, 4 to 6 weeks ago, it was the same type of thing. You started seeing the pendings trend up. Now, because it's a higher price point, you're not going to have where you're going to have more pendings than sales, because it's like a pyramid we talked about. At the top of the pyramid, price-wise, there's not as many buyers, but as the price goes down, you have a lot more buyers for the inventory that you do have. So now let's take a look at Alamo. Same thing with Alamo. You see Alamo trending the last 3 weeks. The pending sales are going up. Active properties are going down. They actually went up just a little bit in the last week, but still very active market. Alamo averages a price range of over $2 million. So that's a really strong market for that price range. And, when you look at it from 4 to 6 weeks ago, look at that pending compared to actives. So you're really seeing a big shift in the Alamo market. A lot more pending sales, actives have gone down. So it's a very strong market. So you got Danville that's basically kind of trended, leaning into a seller's market. And Alamo, Blackhawk, and San Ramon are just a very active market right now. So it's a good time. Really, it's a good time in any of these places to be a buyer. They are quoting interest rates now, 30-year fixed conforming at 2.99. That is nuts. That's almost free money. So again, before we dive onto that, let's look at the Dublin market that we started just trending 3 weeks ago. So I don't have the 4 to 6 week trend, but you can definitely see it's very much like San Ramon. The pending sales are going nuts. Active properties are staying about the same, but very, very active market. Great time to be a buyer, great time to be a seller. So let's look at the percentages. Now, here's what I want you to notice. Now, San Ramon, if you look at San Ramon and Dublin at the top and the bottom, they've stayed pretty consistent. So is Blackhawk and Alamo. But look at, Danville. Now, Danville, remember I told you it was going nuts. And whenever there's that much activity and there's that many pending sales, it's actually trended where the average price is sold to 101% of where it was listed at. So again, when you look at that, we hit that one time with Dublin, but for the most part, everything's been 98, 99, except for Blackhawk, again, because the higher price range has been around 95 or so, which again is a good percentage when you get up over, a couple $1 million, per sale. But again, remember, every market, I'm showing you the different cities, but every price range within that market and even every neighborhood within that market, it has its own idiosyncrasy. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free to give me a call, 925-487-6838. If you just want a little bit more and you want to dive deep, no obligation, just want to dive deep a little bit on your own little neighborhood, your home, or email me at joe.carrig@cbrealty.com. Again, I'm the managing broker of Coldwell Banker Real Estate in Danville. And as we close, let me just say, have a great 4th of July. Hopefully you get the opportunity to spend it with your loved ones. I can tell you, we went out on the boat yesterday and it was even worth filming in my garage because I've got my grandkids inside the house. But as always, may God bless you and keep you safe. May God bless the United States of America, and have a safe weekend. And please, if you get a chance, spend it with your loved ones. Thanks again. Can't wait to see you next week.